Want to know more about the Kenya Catalytic Jobs Fund and be updated on the next call for proposals? Go to www.kenyacatalyticjobsfund.org. Welcome back to the Kenya Catalytic Jobs Fund Business Competition, a show that seeks to test and invest in cutting-edge innovations. With incredible innovations already pitched, it's clear this competition is going to be a tough one to judge.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Miyonga Fresh Greens. Miyonga Fresh Greens is a company that's been in export of fresh fruits and vegetables for the last 5 years. I started this business because I wanted to help empower women in farming. However, my biggest pain right now is that we have to leave so much fruit behind at the farm. It's almost 40% of everything we receive from farmers does not meet the export expectation. And it's not just for me, it's for everybody across the industry. What that translates to is a waste of resources, a loss of income for the farmers, as well as a loss of opportunities for the future generation, because fruits are seasonal. You either have to have idle factories part of the year, or you have to travel long distances to get raw materials. So let me tell you about our solution to this problem. Our innovation is to have the factory going to the farm. Based on the seasonality of fruits, you have a mobile fruit factory that can go to the farm and process the fruits at the farm depending on when the fruits are in season. So what this helps you to do is, one, farmers who couldn't sell the produce, the fruits we were leaving behind, they can now earn income from it. And that's about 25% more income they didn't have before. Again, we can be operational throughout the year. Consistency, reliable supply of products is something that anyone in manufacturing values very much. Thirdly, we are reducing the food waste, plus because the factory is going to the farm, we are creating employment at the farm gate level in rural Kenya. And so as a company, we've already invested in digital traceability. We are one of the companies that is doing that, and our customers find that really interesting. And you'll have a chance to try that. You just take the product, scan it, you know exactly where you got the product from.
First of all, this tastes great.
Thank you.
I'm literally going to go home with this back.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
meant
if
for
you can
you, go
let
for
us
it.
know where you're already retailing at. No,
Yeah.
I really like it. I'm curious, like, how much waste have you, like, do you have any numbers? So the farms that you're going back and you're pulverizing and drying, like, how much reduction is there? Like, are you going down to zero waste in terms of the crop that comes out of that farm? Or, like, how much waste are you coming down to?
The amount of waste we experience, we are actually helping to reduce is about 35%. So we cannot reduce the waste by 100%, but at least we're reducing it by at least 35%, what they would not be able to sell.
My name is Graham Benton. I'm a co-founder and director of market development at ID Technologies. So thanks for having me. Today, the problem is that 70% of the dairy in East Africa moves through informal value chains. These informal value chains are unable to deliver quality assurance to consumers or good buying prices from farmers. These value chains are highly fragmented and really lack economies of scale. And so they're really, really inefficient. They have far too many links. And what this means is that farmers don't have control or vision or visibility over the pricing, while consumers really have to make a decision between buying quality milk or being able to afford the milk. So Zaidi's solution is to digitize and vertically integrate the entire value chain, managing the milk all the way from the farmers directly to the consumers. We do this by deploying digital solutions that drive previously inaccessible value all the way to the farmers while unlocking access to the market on the consumer side. So on the supply side, we provide an ERP-based mobile phone solution to dairy traders who ultimately become like our agents and buy milk from their farmers and deliver it to us on a commission basis. On the demand side, we install milk vending machines that are IoT enabled in small shops in urban areas and then sell our milk through them. Because we maintain ownership of those ATMs, the shopkeepers don't have to worry about the upfront cost or the ongoing maintenance. Furthermore, because the shopkeepers are earning a commission off of the milk, they're not incentivized to sell milk when it goes bad like other ATM operators are. Today we're buying milk for about 35 shillings a litre. It takes us, that includes the commission that we give to the agents. It takes us about 11 shillings to process, transport, and sell each of those liters, which we can sell for an average price of about 63 shillings to the consumers. This gives us about 27% gross margin, or about 17 shillings in profit. We need the funds from KCJF in order to refine and prove the business case out, to help us build the foundation that we're really looking for to scale. We need to further develop the ERP software that we've been using in order to help us drive more value to the farmers, supporting the thousands of farmers that we're looking to work with, while creating hundreds of new jobs. We also need to refine and improve upon the distribution and dispensing technologies that we have in place today, that we really want to ensure that quality products are reaching the customers safely.
Okay, what's the ideal location for the ATMs? Like, where do you have the three, and is that the ideal location for where you would have the future ATMs? And then what's it like around servicing and maintenance of the ATMs?
Yeah, so the ideal location is something that's polymorphic, really. Our criteria is that it's a shop that sells FMCGs. We haven't really nailed down whether it's a small shop or a big shop. We want to try and target the low-income communities, right? So we have 2 ATMs in Kawangware and 1 ATM in Kibera. Kibera is vastly underserved, whereas Kawangware has a lot of competition there. But we're doing very well in that market because we're building that trust with the consumers.
Because there's already ATMs in the market, milk ATMs in the market, and milk is also generally a commodity that's available. Yeah. So I see these sectors having very low barriers to entry, if possible none. How do you retain your competitiveness? Is it just competing on price, or is there something else you could do?
Well, so to that point, I think that the barrier of entry is the cost of the ATMs, right? And being able to access them. I think that our competitive edge is really going to be like the engagement that we have with the consumers, the trustworthiness of us over time. I think ultimately we want to just continue to have a higher quality assurance, and that's really going to make us stand out in the future.
Yeah, my name is James Ambani from Value Villages, food and leather production. We are going to talk about poultry feeds in Turkana. We grew from a humble fish agent. By fish agent is just a nice term for hawkers. And then, you know, we grew and we are able to build 2 factories at the moment in Turkana. Our factories produce different products from the fish. Our main product is fish fillet and fish maw. Currently, we are also producing fish meal, fish leather, which is a story for another day. Okay, we are building a very strong foundation. 3 million monthly sales. We have 18 distributors in 6 counties, 42 employees, 300 fishermen we are currently working with, 7 products, a 25% operating margin at the moment. And we like our product because our fish from Turkana is very tasty. It's very good, no pollution on Lake Turkana, and this is really good. It's given us a good market base, and we have a strong cost advantage compared to Victoria. And then our product development is using waste to expand now into livestock feed. So this waste is actually what we're talking about right now. Okay, so we have everything we need. The factory is set up, we already have the machines, everything is ready. What we just need is some working capital and a generator. So that's why we're asking KCJF for 14 million shillings. We've already invested about 22 million. Looking at our finances, you know, with this feed business, it will increase operating profit by another 3 million and 60% operating margin, a very conservative estimate. Yes.
What's the maximum total capacity that you can fish, say in a year? And are there restrictions around how much you can actually fish so that it caps the demand of the fish that you get and therefore the feeds that you produce? Yeah.
Okay, currently we are working with a few fishermen from an area on the lake between central, and we are somewhere in between central and north. So we're working with just about 300 fishermen. And per day, they are able to bring in about 1 ton of fish, okay, on a daily basis. We've not even gone to north to the lake. We are yet to expand. So definitely the capacity is there. And, you know, it's a big lake. The area is about 6,405 square kilometers. We are covering a very small area, actually not even 10% of it.
My name is Tommaso Menini. I am the founder and director of African Agency for Arid Resources Limited. We work with commodities from arid and semi-arid lands. Now, these are aloe cosmetics. They're both body lotion, sorry. Here we have frankincense. The frankincense that you've seen before, yeah, it turns into these essential oils. And frankincense was called the king of essential oils. And we have so much of it in Kenya that has been virtually untapped. We then looked at the box. This box has been a huge seller because we can give you wholesale prices when you buy only 10 and above. And shea butter has been a last addition, which is selling very, very well. And of course, we do bulk for export, which is our main. Our presence is pretty good. In only 1 year from the launch of this line, the retail line, after much wholesale, we are already in 3 countries, sorry. We are in South Sudan, we are in Kampala, Uganda. We have 10 vendors here in Nairobi. We have a very strong e-commerce platform. Now, we do very well with private label. We are the only company in Kenya that allows you to do private label. So we bottle, we label, you just take it and sell it. We've done that for a number of companies. Why us? Why now? Because the frankincense trees are actually dying out in Somalia, and ours are doing really well here. I really hope that they don't all die out, of course, but right here we have plenty of them. We are not tapping them. We can do a lot. We can reach 3.5 million just here in Kenya with one essential oil, which is frankincense, which we tap and collect through our collectors, of course. And the acres that we want to start will also give us plenty of aloe products. What we will use the funds will be to create nurseries. The nurseries will lead to aloe plantations, and we will, what we will do the same number of acres each year, year after year in different counties, because there is plenty of arid lands in Kenya. The great thing about this project, this initiative, our work, is scalability. There is so much land in Kenya that is completely unused and forgotten in all of these arid lands that we can scale up these aloe plantations nearly everywhere. Aloes can grow on rocks, guys. We have so much land that is completely unused, and it's communal land, which is what we want the community to own, yeah? I wouldn't own the land, the communities would. So next year we would start with Isiolo and Samburu, the following year with Turkana, following years with Garissa, and why not expand regionally? We already work in Uganda. We can get to South Sudan or Ethiopia. All of these counties have arid lands, plenty of.
I'm in the skin care business as well, so I know what the margins are like, especially on essential oils. Yep. However, it's also dominated a lot by multinationals. For instance, you know, sometimes as a Kenyan, if you want to buy coconut oil from Mombasa, they say, no, it's all locked in because it's going to, you know, XYZ. So what are you doing, one, for the local market? Yep. Because it's a growing industry here as well. And then second question on the white label and the opportunity that you see in that space. There
is no good quality that is produced locally for the local market. Kenya produced incredible quality of essential oils. So we are the only one here that truly invested on the domestic market and is paying off. Kenyans are becoming more and more aware of what they put on their skin. That's also true. Because 65%, as you would know, of what you put on your skin goes on your bloodstream. You want to make sure you don't put rubbish.
It's time to take a short break. Don't touch that dial, an idea might just pass you by.